10 things I wish I knew before I started nursing. So you've just finished nursing school or you're considering becoming a nurse. These are 10 things that I wish I knew before I started nursing. Number 1, the first year of nursing is like the crash course of your life. I don't think I ever learned as much as I did the first year of my nursing career. Sure, nursing school and clinicals prepared us for what's to come, but it is nothing like the real deal. All of a sudden, you are it. You have to deal with family members, give medications, do their care plans, make sure they get the right diet, check their pathology, do their ADLs, check their notes, give handover, you name it. You have to do everything and you are it. Where I had previously complained about clinical placements and how hard they were, I look back on it now and realize that, all I had to do really was to show up, learn and bring a pen, and that was it really. But now when you're a nurse in your first year, all the responsibility are on your shoulders. And that is a daunting sort of realization once you get there. On the bright side though, it gets better every shift. Every shift is easier than the next simply because you're going through the motion and learning new ways of coping all the time. I'm not saying any of this to scare anyone off, but I so remember vividly thinking to myself in my first few weeks of nursing, what have I done? How am I gonna get through this? But you know what? It gets so much better. You just have to go through it, and it's such a shame to think that you may lose a really good nurse in the first few weeks that they're on their own just because they think they can't do it. You need good support at home and at work, and you just gotta work through it and it will get much better. Number 2, you will make mistakes. A scary thought, isn't it? But the truth is, there's no nurse out there who has never made a mistake. We've all made them, and that's how we learn. The most important thing is how you react to those mistakes. You have to own up to it straight away. Tell your charge nurse, learn from it, don't do it again. And that is how you grow and you learn new things every day. It is important that you don't make the big mistakes, but that is why you go to nursing school. Number 3, shift work will mess with you. When I first started nursing and started shift work, my body didn't know what was going on. It didn't know if it was morning, night or afternoon. I didn't know when I was gonna eat or anything. So it'll mess with you physically, but also emotionally. You can get put on a lot of shifts where you don't see your family for a long period of time, and that doesn't affect you only, it affects your family as well. When I did my first year of nursing, I got a lot of the scrap shifts that no one else wanted, a lot of weekends, afternoons and nights. So I felt quite depressed and I felt like I was trapped and I couldn't impact on my own life. But that will also change and get better. Once you've finished your new grad and you established working somewhere, you will hopefully get a little bit more say in what shift you do. Unfortunately, it is part of being a nurse. It's sort of like an initiation process when you're first starting your new grad. You tend to get the shifts that no one else wanted or no one could fill, and they tend to be not so good. But also remember that this will change. You will not get trapped in these shifts forever. Number 4, you will meet nurses who are less than supportive. It's hard to imagine, right? Having nurses around that are just waiting for you to mess up so that they can point it out to you. But the truth is, they are everywhere. But the important thing to remember is that it is a reflection on them and not you. My advice would be to not take notice of these people. Find nurses who are supportive and continue going to them for advice. But be mindful that they are out there though, because they will creep up on you and all of a sudden you're feeling like a bad nurse, you're crying in the break room because you didn't update the whiteboard. Number 5, it is completely okay to ask for help and to ask questions. Always ask questions and ask for help when you need it. In fact, I personally feel more confident with the new grad nurse who keeps coming to me and asking questions than the one that just thinks they know everything and wants to deal with everything all on their own. I myself still ask questions all the time. I always double check, triple check with my colleagues. It's what nurses do, we just turn to each other for help, make sure that we're doing the right thing. There's nothing wrong with that. It is such a good support to know that you can always go to someone for help. Even if you know you're doing the right thing, just having that little, hey, would you do it this way? Oh yeah, I would. Just makes you so much more confident and you know you're doing the right thing for your patient. Number 6. All that cool stuff you learned in nursing school, yeah, that's not all you'll be doing. Nursing can at times be a little bit glorified. Don't get me wrong, like we should be treated as the heroes that we are because we literally save lives every day. But the truth is, once you become a nurse, you'll be wearing lots of different hats and you will fill many roles. For example, you will now not only be the nurse, you will be cleaner, social worker, the friend, the case manager, the chef, the dietitian, person who gets blamed for everything that goes wrong, you know? You will be all of these things. A lot of the times, it's filling all these roles to better make your patients feel secure and cared for. Number 7, make sure you eat breakfast and bring a lunch that is quick and easy to prepare. When I first started nursing, I remember I barely took a break any time. I was just so nervous and scared that I missed something, so I would, you know, I feel like if I go to lunch, I might miss something and then I have to stay back and it'll just take me more time. I was just, you know, too nervous to even leave the ward. So I would, you know, sacrifice that and then drive home and feel a little bit faint, you know, just being so hungry because I hadn't eaten all day. So super important is to eat a really good breakfast because you never know when you're gonna eat again. And also, when you do bring your lunch, bring something that is super easy and quick to prepare. Like even if you get a 10-minute break and you get your lunch in, that is better than not having a lunch break at all. You should have your break if you can. Everyone should rally around and make sure that you have your break. But sometimes that is just not possible. So just having a 10-minute break is better than nothing at all. Also, you do need to make sure that you drink lots of water throughout your shift. If you don't, you're gonna come to the end of your shift and just feel like a prune. Like you won't feel good at all. Number 8, wear the good, expensive, ugly, orthotic shoes. Your legs and feet will thank you later. So when I first started nursing, the last thing I wanted to spend $200 on was a pair of shoes that I didn't even think looked nice. But trust me, once you've bought a pair of nice shoes that you can walk in all day and not get aching feet, you will never go back. And they last so much longer too. So do that. You need to invest in a good pair of shoes. You will never look back and you will never regret it. Number 9, the studying doesn't stop when you finish nursing school. As nurses, we have committed to a lifelong career of studying and keeping up to date with the latest evidence-based practice. So yay! So if you thought that you were never going to study again, you're wrong. So wrong. You're going to be studying your whole nursing career. It makes sense though. You can't be an expert at everything. So nursing school will prepare you for the basics and you will know a little bit about everything. But once you do specialize and you know where you're going to work, there will be more studying to do. So there will be a lifelong journey of studying. Number 10, don't take work home. When I first started nursing, you know, I would go to work and just be so consumed by everything, and then when I left work I would still be consumed by everything and I would end up thinking about it, going through things in my head. I would dream about medication charts, fluid balance charts that I hadn't filled in, or you know, it would just be too much. I felt like I never left work. So you will learn and get better at this as time goes on. Nursing is 24-hour care, so when you have handed over care to someone else who now will look after that patient or those patients. So when you leave your shift, think about something that was difficult, let it go, learn from it. Think about 3 things that went well, and then check on your colleagues, are they all okay? And then if you don't feel okay, check with your senior team if they can give you some support. That's why they are there. And then you check out, you clock out, you go home and rest and recharge. Don't think about work when you're at home. And guys, I've also done a video on things I wish I knew before starting nursing school, so do check that out. I'll pop the link for that in the show notes. As always, remember, listen with your heart.